All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And this is my Philadelphia Flyers at Buffalo Sabres post-game recap. So I think the Buffalo Sabres were just trying to conserve energy. They only had 14 shots on goal, but they win 5-2 over the Philadelphia Flyers. So the Philadelphia Flyers scored one in the first, one in the one in the second, one in the third for 2 goals. The Buffalo Sabres scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for 5 goals. So let's recap this. Goals: Philadelphia Flyers 2, Buffalo Sabres 5 shots. Flyers 22, Sabres 14. Block shots: Philadelphia 8, Buffalo 9. Hits: Philadelphia Flyers 26, Buffalo Sabres 27. Face-offs: Flyers 31, Sabres 28. Power plays: Philadelphia 1 for 5, Buffalo 2 for 6. And penalty minutes: Philadelphia Flyers 12, Buffalo Sabres 10. Scoring: in the first period at 9:30, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, his 5th of the season, on the power play. And it's assisted by Josh Doan, his 17th, and Tage Thompson, his 21st, and it's 1-0 Buffalo Sabres. And then at 15:13, it was Buffalo's Matthias Samuelsson, his 8th of the season, assisted by Noah Ostlund, his 6th, and Josh Doan, his 2nd of the game, his 18th of the season. And it's 2-0 Buffalo, and that was your score after 1. And then in the second period at 4:22, it was Buffalo's Jack Quinn, his 10th of the season, assisted by Ryan McLeod, his 19th, and Zach Benson, his 16th, and it's 3-0 Buffalo. And then at 10:28, it was Philadelphia's Owen Tippett, his 15th of the season, assisted by Cates, his 15th, and it's 3-1 Buffalo. And then at 19:51, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, his 2nd of the game, his 6th of the season, and on what? On the power play. So Rasmus Dahlin's 2 goals came on the power play. And it's 4-1 Buffalo. And that's your score after 2. And then in the third at 7:37, it was Philadelphia's Trevor Zegras, his 18th of the season on the power play, assisted by Tony Konechny, his 25th, and Owen Tippett, his 13th, and it's 4-2 Buffalo. And then at 19:20, it was Buffalo's Ryan McLeod, shorthanded, his 10th of the season, an empty net, assisted by Alex Tuch, his 23rd, and it's 5-2 Buffalo. That is your final. The Buffalo Sabres win 2 out of 3 so far against the Philadelphia Flyers, and both of Buffalo's wins came by 5-2 scores over the Philadelphia Flyers. And with this win, the Buffalo Sabres are back in a wild card playoff spot. Penalties in the first period. At 1 minute and 52 seconds, it was Buffalo's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 2 minutes for hooking. He hooked a flyer behind the net, and the flyer was took the shot, and Luukkonen made the save, and he kind of took his stick, and because the flyer was taking the puck behind the net, and Luukkonen kind of tackled him a little bit. So they called him for hooking, and it was a penalty, but Buffalo killed it off. And then at 9:16, it was Philadelphia's Cam York, 2 minutes for cross-checking. And then in the second period at 2:05, it was Philadelphia's Trevor Zegras, 2 minutes for hooking. And then at 12:44, it was Philadelphia's Travis Konechny, 2 minutes for tripping. And then at 19:14, it was Buffalo's Zach Benson, 2 minutes for cross-checking. And then at 20 minutes, it was Philadelphia's Garnett Hathaway, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. And then in the third period at 3:35, it was Philadelphia's Travis Konechny, 2 minutes for slashing. And at 4:18, it was Buffalo's Bowen Byram, 2 minutes for tripping. And then at 6:47, it was Buffalo's Zach Metza, 2 minutes for hooking. And then at 13:22, it was Philadelphia's Nick Seeler, 2 minutes for roughing. And then at 17:45, it was Buffalo's Bowen Byram, 2 minutes for holding. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen stopped 20 of 22 shots, had a .909 save percentage, and he played 60 minutes. And the Philadelphia goalies only had 8 saves, because the one was an empty net goal. They stopped 8 of 15. Buffalo only had, or 8 of 14, I'm sorry. Buffalo only had 14 shots on goal. So they stopped 8 of them. So, or 9 of them. 9 of them. Yeah, 9. But Buffalo only shot the puck 14 times, because I think they're saving some energy for tomorrow night's game against the Montreal Canadiens. They will go back at it tomorrow night, and the Canadiens are already here. They're already in Buffalo, waiting for Buffalo to wear themselves down a little bit. So the Montreal Canadiens come in at 26-14-7. The Buffalo Sabres come in at 25-16-4. We got to get this win. This is Game 4. Tomorrow's night's game is Game 4 of this 5-game homestand. And then Saturday night, we play the Minnesota Wild. And then Monday and Tuesday, we got back-to-back games. And we start a 5-game road trip after this 5-game homestand, which begins in Carolina on Monday night, and then in Nashville on Tuesday night. So we got some tough games coming up. And then, of course, next Thursday night, we're in Montreal, but we play every Saturday this month. Of course, the Minnesota Buffalo game is a 12:30 start that should finish just before the Buffalo Bills playoff game starts. So I'll be able to listen to the Sabres and then watch the Bills and Broncos AFC divisional playoff game. But 5-2, the Buffalo Sabres get the win. They get 2 points. And now they host the Montreal Canadiens. That's going to be a tough one. I don't think we played Montreal yet. Yes, we did back in October. And it was a 4-2 win for the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center in Montreal. So the Buffalo Sabres are going to want revenge. Like I said, we play them 3 times in the next 3 weeks. So we play them tomorrow, then we play them next Thursday, then we play them the following Saturday on January 31st to close out the month of January. But yeah, what a win. We are 2-1 on this 5-game homestand. If we can go 3-1-1, I'll take that. But if we lose tomorrow night, we got to get a point. So either overtime or a shootout, but I want to win. Buffalo's been very good on back ends of back-to-backs this year. So, and I think they were conserving energy. They still scored 5 on the Philadelphia Flyers. So 5-2, the Buffalo Sabres defeat the Philadelphia Flyers. And now they get ready to take on the Montreal Canadiens. So guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom saying peace, go Sabres, and let's get the win over the Montreal Canadiens. Comment, like, subscribe, go Sabres.